You guys, the most amazing topic in the world, and you guys could have guessed it, illegal immigration. And I want to stress illegal immigration, not legal immigration, but illegal crossing of our borders, or really any borders for that matter. We are a sovereign state, which requires that people who come across our border be documented and registered and understood that they're even in the country. Otherwise, all hell breaks loose, financial systems crumble, and crime just escalates exponentially. It just goes out of control. The idea of being able to go from one country to another country to live is a beautiful idea, but it has to be done legally. When people illegally cross into the United States, we have a huge problem financially and a huge problem when it comes to crimes. There is no question about it. And one of my favorite things to see is when a state likes to say, we are a sanctuary city, which tweeted back in 2021 by Ericadams, the mayor of New York, that New York is a sanctuary city and it will remain a sanctuary city under his leadership. It's a real ivory tower move, considering that New York City is very far from the southern border. But now that illegal immigrants are being shipped to New York because it is a sanctuary city, they're now having some major problems. It's easy to sit back in a place where you think that illegal immigrants will never come because we're just so far away. But when it eventually reaches your front door, you now have a problem you have to deal with that you thought you would never have to even confront ever. So yeah, why would it ever be their concern? How can they possibly understand the impact it has when they never have to really deal with it? It's one thing to read about it in the news about people complaining about illegal immigration and sitting back saying, well, I don't see what the problem is. And then you open up your front door, then you start seeing what that problem really is. Aside from the potential issues of drugs being moved across, sex trafficking, and everything else, you also have the financial issues that come with all these illegal people. And New Yorkers are starting to understand what it is like for the southern states. Even if it's just 1% of what they have to deal with, it's still enough to make a lot of New Yorkers pretty pissed off. So let's hop over to this tweet by Colin Rugg and see what's going on over here. Just in, New York City is gearing up to pay over $1 billion on just hotels over the next 3 years to house illegal immigrants. Good, that's what happens when you call yourself a sanctuary city. Exactly. But that's just the hotel costs. NYC Mayor Ericadams estimates the total cost of the migrant crisis will be about $12 billion over the next 3 years. We are past our breaking point, he said, with more than 57,300 individuals currently in our care on an average night. It amounts to $9.8 million a day, almost $300 million a month, and nearly $3.6 billion a year. Residents in New York City have had enough. In the video below, Staten Island locals were arrested for blocking migrant buses. So let's go ahead and click open this video and take a look at what's going on here. Get this to be too loud. This is like absolute chaos. We got fire department, we have police department. See an ambulance. There's one of the buses right there. And apparently these people are trying to block these migrants from coming in. This is absolute chaos. And this man's being arrested. I don't know what for. Obviously, there's no context. I'm sure he was doing a little bit more than he should have, for sure. Yeah, this just looks like absolute chaos. And these are just residents of this area just trying to block illegal immigrants from coming into their neighborhoods. So we just see one man being hauled off. But as you can see, I mean, people aren't exactly happy. It's really funny to see the police to like citizen ratio going on here. But, you know, regardless, I think what people are mostly concerned about, aside from the ridiculous amount of money that's being paid out for all of this, is the potential amount of crime that's going to be happening in this area and pretty much of all of New York City. This video is just one example of many areas that are busing in illegal immigrants. As it is, the cost of living, cost of food, and cost of really everything is on the rise. What New Yorkers really have to realize is that this is just a drop in the bucket when it comes to this issue. Southern states have to deal with this tenfold on a daily basis. So New Yorkers, or really any other sanctuary cities, need to keep this in mind when it comes to opening up the borders. Legal immigration brings a lot of good things to our country, but illegal immigration brings nothing but chaos and a giant bill. But as long as Ericadams stands by his original tweet that he had put out back in 2021, New Yorkers sooner or later are going to have to realize that Ericadams is making a huge mistake.
Never in my life have I had a problem that I did not see an ending to. I don't see an ending to this. I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City. destroy New York City.
But I do want to know what you guys think about this whole situation happening, not just in New York, but the illegal immigration as a whole, especially these past couple of years where it seems that our borders have just been completely open. I, for one, do not want my taxes increased. I already know that the social services are already being abused as it is. I don't want to see it get any worse. But those are just my thoughts. But as always, do not forget to hit the like or that dislike button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you always get notified, hopefully, when I post a new video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.